been selected into recently. They are going to sponsor an event live here in Atlanta for us at the top of next month. So I just finished sending out our private invites to those of you who will be joining us. I do have a spot available for one of y'all today. We can only, well, I can invite more people, but I've only opened it up to 30 people. So we're going to have a very small exclusive event here in Atlanta for those of you who are a part of our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. I get a lot of inbox messages asking me, when is your next event? And I'm like, girl, I got you. So this is it. This is our 2025 event where we are inviting local Black women with for profit small businesses, especially those of you who are in our mentorship program and our membership program, a part of our community here in the Atlanta area. Hey, Vibrant Queen. Hey, EOS. We're doing this event exclusively for you. So today, I just sent out our invitations. I can tell y'all all about it if you put a question mark in the chat. We could talk about it a little bit more before we dive into our grant information today. If y'all just are nosy or curious, little curiosity and want to know, just put a question mark in the chat. I'm happy to talk all about it. Again, it's in partnership with Google and Watson and Black Women in Grants. Um, and it's for those of you who are in Atlanta or willing to come hang out with us here in Atlanta. Been waiting on me to host an event, looking for a community of like minds, as y'all love to say, that's talking about building generational wealth, but we're doing it with other people's money. We're calling it grants, right? And so grants are this secret economy that we have access to when you know where to look. How many of y'all are looking for grants? Talk to me in the chat. I want to have a conversation today. I usually turn my comments off at the top of my live, but I'm here to chat today. I got a little time. I'm going to get sleepy in a minute, though, so y'all come on and talk, okay? T Lady says she's looking for grants, okay? T Lady, what do you do? What's your business? Y'all could talk to me about your business as well. EOS says, I'd like to come to the ATL and learn from you. Where are you, EOS? Where are you in the world? Let me know. Because if you want to know how to successfully find, apply for, and win small business grants quickly, I got a secret and I am going to teach it to you. You apply for the Marshalls grant, JC. I saw that one. Me and my crew, it's a group of us in WhatsApp. They're my mentees and they're my colleagues from other programs who have won grants. So we were discussing this in great detail. I received the information. I sent it to colleague number one, and then I went for a walk. And then she decides to call me. So we're on WhatsApp chatting, and I'm breathing hard and having her read through we go through the fine tooth details of the program. So she's reading and we're deciding, are we going to apply together? It was really cool. So my background is noisy, wind is blowing, I'm out of breath, but I'm listening hard. And she's like, cause she's in California, I'm in Atlanta, and she was reading the details of that one to me. And so she likes it. She's going to apply. Is that the one for the $5,000? Let me know. The more I listened to that one, I decided I'm not gonna apply because I like business focused stuff, and that looked like a group of creatives. Creatives drive me crazy because they got so many ideas. So if that's you, you probably found your people. But for me, I want to talk about one business, one idea, and making millions of dollars from that. Other than that, I'm gonna end up teaching the program, and I don't want to do that. So sometimes it's okay for me to give myself permission not to be a student. However, it looks like a lot of fun. But I'm just too high strung, too type A plus personality for that one. But hey, they got money to give. I say apply. I say go for it. I say take it, right? Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen with our other live stream here real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. I am not. I was in the process of doing that and then I got off track. Um, so yeah, it looked fun. It looked like they got some cool stuff. It looks like a good network. Like once you become a part of it, you probably get invited to some swanky stuff. So keep us posted with how that goes, JC. EOS is in North Carolina. Okay. Yeah, the Carolinas always trying to get to Atlanta. So come and join us. You do have to be in our mentorship program or in our monthly membership over at blackwomeningrants.com to come join us, EOS. But we do have a spot open now. I just sent out 1,500 invitations. Only 30 are available. I purposefully did not give the location of this exclusive event because my ghetto people are known to just try to pop up on me, and I'm not a popper upper on her. Okay, I could be. Listen, ask my friends. They pop up. One one of my old neighbors popped up the other day. I just so happened to be sitting in the living room near the window. She knocking on the door. I'm like, man, who is it? Loud, ghetto, don't care. She said it's me. I'm like, how I supposed to know who me is? So I pop up, look out the window. I know that car, child. I looked at it for years, sitting right across the street from my house. Said, girl, hold on, ain't got no bra on. I'm gonna tell all the business. My house dirty. I stink. Go on now. So I don't like pop-ups. Give me a heads up, okay? So I purposefully did not give this location. You have to register to get the location. You have to be in our mentorship program or our membership program or in one of the exclusive private groups that I've invited. This is really invitation only. Number one, because I'm just one person. We have 655 people in my mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. I love y'all all. I cannot, however, entertain 655 people. I ain't even gonna try. Y'all might be there, but I won't. I'm gonna be at home, sleep somewhat tired. No, ma'am. So, only 30. Plus our photographer, videographer, maybe a couple special guests will be there. Other than that, child, y'all will be standing outside on the front lawn because that's all that room fits, okay? So, I said all of that because that's our event that's coming up in 28 days, Saturday, November 8th. I'm so excited. Tell Lady says she's a grant manager program officer. Right. He said me too. EOS has a transport business, especially for senior citizens. Love it. Author says yes, I most oh, okay. I'm reading your name in two parts. Why is it popping up like that? So I most definitely will. Cool. I sign up. Cool. Yes. So let me tell y'all about it. This is the flyer that's on the screen. It's kind of cutting some of it off, but it's called a base camp. And what it is a special event specifically for entrepreneurs that are in my community. And my community is online and offline, but I'm bringing y'all offline to hang out live. So many of you for years have been in my inbox, in my messages, in my text messages, in my emails. Dr. Austin, when is your next event? Let me know when your next event. When is the next workshop? Are you coming to my city? Nope. Y'all got to come to me. So I ended up applying for this program sponsored by Google. And it's called the Google Data Center AI Fellowship Program. And so because my company is tech-based, where we are winning grants using technology, we have been sponsored to go through their 16-week program. We're in week 7 as we speak. So by the time I see y'all live here in Atlanta, I will be more than halfway through that program. But base camps are one of them. And so a base camp is a local community event. You bring together local community leaders and you teach them something that you know well. And y'all know I know about grants, right? I said, this is perfect because my ladies have been waiting on me to do a live event here in Atlanta. Google says, hey, here's the money to go put on this event. Use our name, use our connections, and get in where you fit in, friend. And that's exactly what we've been doing. So we've been gifted the space to host y'all here. It's really cute. We've been, I've toured it about 2 weeks ago now. I did not know it was there. I kind of like mistakenly remembered that I heard about an event there and I was like, let me call and see and tell them I'm with Google. And they were like, okay. I said, oh, it's that easy? So I started feeling guilty because I ain't done nothing sooner, but now I know what to go do, what to say, be like, who you with? And so we got the space. They said, oh, we'll cater it too. And they sent me their catering menu. Y'all, we about to eat good. As a matter of fact, there's a $47 show up fee because I got to make sure y'all coming. Number one, don't have me come out my house. Do not have me get up, put on clothes, put on the bra, do my hair, go get my eyebrows done, and show up at this event and you ain't there. Amen. Because I'm going to also have these people feed us, and that's what your $47 show up fee is going to cover. I know I'm going to be there, but you're telling me, you're assuring me with your money, your wallet, that credit card, you're going to be there. But it's also going to cover your lunch and One of my new mentors through the Google program has agreed to be one of our guest speakers. Now, this man has a background in grant giving, multiple millions of dollars. He works exclusively with families who are rich, looking to give money away. And he's telling us on this upcoming bonus class he's doing for our eventees how they select their winners. And we had a call on Thursday, 30 minutes, y'all. He had me speechless from the first 5 minutes to about 5 minutes after our call. I just sat there with my mouth wide open, stuff that I did not know. And I've won millions of dollars in grants. And I was like, wait, what? And this is a black man, y'all. He was just spilling the beans. And I said, I'm so mad I did not record that call. And I told him that. I was like, I should have recorded you. So he agreed to come teach us one on one. I said, my ladies are going to love you. Hey, hustle princess. And so he told me just give him a couple weeks notice. So what we've done is tie him in with a follow-up event. We're either going to hear from him before or after the event, but I want you guys to be a part of this because we are going to be dropping the tea. Y'all know when I'm speechless, girl, he got some nuggets, honey, and I'm so excited about that. So anyway, he'll be a part of the event virtually. He's in Miami. He told me he ain't gonna be back in Atlanta for a while. So we like, well, we go get you on Zoom. And so he agreed. Um, so I'm excited. So this is our base camp. And so we're gonna be talking about all things how to find, apply for, and winning. Wait a minute, how to find, apply for, and win grants using AI. Y'all, technology is here. It's not coming, it's here. I have been studying this. I have been engulfed in the world of AI for the last 18 months, learning about this, how it impacts us when it comes to the grant space, learning what grant check writers think about us using AI on our applications. Because a lot of y'all have tried to win grants using AI and you just have bad applications where you're trying to get the computer to do the thinking for you. But I teach you how to use it as your second brain. It should never replace your original thoughts. And so I'm going to teach y'all some of my techniques that has helped me win over $100,000 grants and grant funded opportunities in my business using AI. And you can't tell that I use AI. All three grants that I've won this year, one was worth 18,000, one was worth 25,000, and another one. I need to go ahead and do that math, but I know we're at we're at 20,000 or so with this grant, and I use AI for all of them, and it helps you apply quicker. But again, you got to know what you're doing. So this base camp is for those of you who really are not tech people. Neither am I. Girl, I don't want to do all that technical stuff. Give me some quick and easy, a template to plug and play. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to literally be giving you the playbook using this information plus what I've learned in this Google program, because they're the AI capital. They're here in our city. They're probably in yours as well. They've been over here 22 years and I didn't know, right down the street from my house. So they built silently and they have been kind of what do you call it? Giving back to the community. So they're stimulating our local economy, billions of dollars. And now they're reaching out to local leaders like me who have been selected for this program to continue this work in the community. So that's what we're doing with our event live here in Atlanta on Saturday, November 8th. And you get a free ticket to come join us when you're the first one to join our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. www.blackwomeningrants.com. You got to be in the mentorship program to get an exclusive invite, one of only 30 invitations that are being accepted. And so the way you get invited to this event, learn where it's at, and have our permission to be on campus with us, hanging out, learning this stuff, is by being in the mentorship program. So your free ticket comes with you joining the mentorship during today's live. And then I'm gonna have to cut it off at some point because again, we sent out over 1,500 invitations, plus a local group here in Atlanta that has over 700 people in it. So that's about 2,200. And every single one of our 30 tickets is on a first come, first serve basis. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care how long you think you've been knowing me. I don't care how much money you got. If you don't make it into one of them 30 places, baby, we literally have nowhere for you to sit at this event. Amen. So that's how that's going. won this time. For the last 7 weeks, I've been working on pulling this thing together, and it is coming together beautifully. I'm so excited. But again, I'm doing all the work. I have a team behind me that's supporting me. One truth, there is grants available for anything you can think of. So, what do you do in your business? There are grants available, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But y'all put it in the chat. What is your business? What do you do? Talk to me about your business real quick. And then we'll jump into some content and I'll tell y'all more about my upcoming event, how to get your free scholarship spot. So come join us at this event as one of our mentees. But let me know what you do in the chat really quick. And then I'll give you guys some content that could potentially help you go out and win your first or next small business grant. All thing lady does childcare. Okay. EOS says you're loud and clear. Could y'all not hear me before? Because I've been talking. Hopefully not to myself. 1-4 says my business is doing podcast production. We just had a podcaster. Her name is Victoria. She just won her first small business pitch competition as a podcaster. She won $1,000 in 3 minutes. So yeah, there is grant money available. It depends on what you're looking for the funding for, and so I'm about to walk y'all through what that should look like for you and your business. Anybody else want to tell me real quick what you do in your business? Put it in the chat. I'll run through some information that could potentially help you win your first or next grant. And then if you got more questions, I'm happy to answer those as well. If you're new here, welcome. Hey, Urban Life, welcome back, girl. Can y'all hear me before I start giving y'all all this gold? Let me know. You said soap maker lawnmower. What is that? Are you mowing lawn with soap? Like, huh? Cool, thanks. How do you source the grants? I'm about to walk you through that. One truth. Hopefully you got some time to hang out with us. I'm about to dive into it. Urban Life says she can hear us loud and clear. Okay. So welcome to Black Women in Grants, y'all. We talk all things grants for Black women with for-profit small businesses. Those of you who would like to find, apply for, and win grants, put me in the chat if that's you. Put me in the chat if that's you. You know you're Black, you're a woman, you're for-profit, small business owner, looking for grants. Anybody? Okay, I see 3 of y'all. Y'all will hear me cough and all that good stuff throughout our live. I'm okay. I think I'm fighting off something that's trying to be a cold. But even if that's not it, I'm always dealing with allergies. Anybody else looking for grants? I was trying to give you a chance to respond. Making sure you know that you're in the right place. Go ahead and grab a pen and some paper real quick. Get like your favorite journal, cute little pen, because I'll be running through this information. I will not be repeating it, okay? How I look at having to repeat myself is y'all asking me to do my job twice, and I don't think that's right. Because if I came to your job and asked you to repeat it, you'll get a whole attitude, right? So I begin attitude. So I'm gonna give you a chance to grab a pen and piece of paper, put ready in the chat when you're ready. And we can't wait all day now. We had one lady in the bathroom at her job right on the paper towel. But I'm about to give you this information. I want you to take notes on it. And you can take notes in the comments as well because you'll have other Black women that jump in and want stuff that I covered an hour ago and I won't go back. So your notes are going to help your sisters, okay? So what we're going to be talking about is what are grants when it comes to like grants for your business. Also, where to start with these grants and ways to use things like AI to apply for these grants. I'll share more about some of the grant winners that we have in our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. And we'll go through some myth and mindset shifts that you need to have when it comes to winning your first or next grant. All of this is necessary based on where you are in your business. We're going to talk about business phases and what those are, what it means to win a grant for your specific business phase. Only one person has told me that they're ready. The rest of y'all, what y'all doing on here? Nosy. Y'all gonna be the main ones asking me to repeat it, and I'm gonna say no. So let me put it out here again. Do you got your pen? Do you have your journal? Tell me you're ready. Because I'm gonna go back through these comments. And if you come asking a question, I'm gonna look for your ready. Because when I was talking, you wasn't responding, but then y'all gonna want me to respond when you talk. Wait a minute now. Same time, man. Same time. Go ahead and share this live out too. We need more Black women in this room, in this safe space for Black women to talk about money for their business. I'm going to be giving you some types of grants to apply to and where to find these grants. We're going to talk about what grants should be used for and what they should not be used for. Absolutely not. And then the reasons behind why you should be applying for these grants if you have the businesses that qualify for grants. There are about 4 types of businesses that don't qualify for grants. And then I'll walk you through something called ASK or ASK to teach you how to ask for the funding, ask to be selected, ask to be the winner of this money to help you meet your grant goals. And your grant goals are, what you're looking for grant funding for, how much you want to win in grants, etc. We'll break that down. Everybody ready? Okay. All right now. So this live today is for you if you're a Black woman, for-profit, small business owner. And you're someone who wants to like either start a business or you've already started a business. Is that you? Talk to me in the chat. Put me. It's usually you if you have a heart to serve your customers, your clients, your community, and you've been paying out of pocket to get those things up and running in your business or get them growing. Is that you? Let me know if this is you. You're probably somebody who could use the help of other people's money for a change. Put OPM in the chat. That stands for other people's money. Because you believe that there is a better way to fund your business dreams. You've tried, or at least you want to try to win grant money. Is that you? OPM, other people's money. I see y'all. What about those of you who have applied to a lot of grants, but you keep getting rejected? You keep getting denied. You keep getting ghosted. Put me in the chat. Those of you who have won a grant before, but you're not sure why you won or why they selected you and gave you that money. Or if you've won a grant before and you keep applying, but you notice things have changed. Maybe like your winning streak has slowed down a little bit. Put me in the chat. Because if you're wondering where to start finding this funding, or if you can win, you're in the right place. EOS says me and she's been scammed. Girl, I meet a lot of y'all that's done fell for the okie doke. I'm gonna tell y'all why that probably happened to you in just a minute, but welcome to our world, my dear. This is a great place to get redeemed, okay? Ashley Rankin, she is a organic skincare line owner in Colorado. She too was scammed before she came to our community. And now she's made over $42,000 in grants and grant funded opportunity. And she was like, oh, that little scam money wasn't nothing. I've covered that in lunch at this point with all the grants that I've been redeemed to win thanks to working with you, Dr. AJ. Like if she was on here, she would tell you she's on the road right now with her family. I think she said they were in Arkansas or something yesterday, but she's made her money back and then some. Okay. But, you know, scams are real nevertheless. There are scammers on this live with us right now. So y'all be careful, okay? If anybody's in your inbox saying they're me or they know me or they're with the SBA, the Small Business Administration, or they show you fake badges or promise you they can guarantee you a grant, they absolutely cannot guarantee that you'll win a grant. But again, I'm going to tell y'all how to watch out and not fall for that. It starts with you, okay? Y'all got it? Got it. I'm over here sipping on some mango juice. If you've been praying about grants, wanting to learn about grants, you've been talking about it or thinking about it amongst your friends, and you want to learn how to win these grants for your small business, again, you're in the right place. Because I don't know about y'all, but I prefer to learn from someone who looks like me. You're Black, you're a woman, you have success in an area that I want success in. Because I know you're going to be real with me, honest and transparent. Anybody else like that? Like you appreciate being led by someone who's actually doing what you want to do. In this case, you're being led by a current grant winner. You decided to be mentored through the process of how they found grants and how they can teach you too. Anybody? Okay, EOS is agreeing with me. Thank you, girl. What about those of you who are like, you know what? I need a step-by-step process of how to apply for grants for my business. Like I need to know what to do. I need to know where to go, where to look. I really want to know, I wish I knew what to put on these applications to win. Anybody been trying to figure it out and you're like, okay, there has to be some kind of secret code I have not cracked yet? Talk to me in the chat. Because if you're willing to invest your time to make this a reality for yourself, you're going to be happy to learn how to fund your dream of funding your dream as a future grant winner, right? I got you, EOS. I got you. Because everybody on here, I know you here being nosy because you want to know how to win a grant, right? And I've told you about a couple of our grant winners. One is Victoria. She's a podcaster. She just won $1,000 in 3 minutes in her first small business pitch competition a couple weeks ago. I interviewed her in our mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com, and she's breaking down exactly how that happened for her 90 days into our mentorship program. So if you've been wondering how long it takes to win a grant, I have my mentees give themselves 90 days after learning this information to go implement it and watch yourself win. Brittany, she's up in Virginia. She owns a co-work space that's a commercial kitchen for people who cook out of their homes, but they want to like vend at events and sell on the street and sell plates and stuff. She has the space for them to do it. And she didn't have that at the top of this year until she met me. She came into the live just like you guys. She had a dream, but she also did not have a job at the time. And she told me, we brought her on the live and we had a long conversation. And she said, you know, I'm unemployed right now, but I got this dream. Here's what I want to do, help. And so we walked her through a process. She joined our mentorship program over at blackwomenandgrants.com. And 90 days to the date after she completed the program, she was on stage. You can see her picture on our website, blackwomenandgrants.com. She's on stage holding a jumbo size check for $15,000 to open up her very first commercial kitchen in her neighborhood. And then there is Tanika Sands Hendricks. She is a swim instructor in New York, teaching little Black and brown kids how to swim. She has now won over $35,500 in small business pitch competitions, contests, and grants. And she uses that money to help fund certifications for lifeguard. What do you call them? They're lifeguards, and then there's swim instructors. Those are the two people that she helps train in addition to teaching kids drowning prevention. And then there's our highest grant winner so far. You might can come blow her out the water. I don't know. But her name is Raven Duvernay. She's a Black woman farmer, and she's won $100,710 that helps save and sustain her farm for years to come, protecting her family's legacy as homesteaders for generations. So I'm proud of her because I've heard from two farmers since she won, and they're saying how hard it is for them And I'm like, but I know somebody who's won exactly what you crying about right now. There were guys, so I really couldn't brag too much, but I just kept it to myself. Because one thing Raven also did was reach back into her local community, and she helped a male black farmer win $59,000 for his farm. So one thing I know about black women is that while you're here because you want to achieve your first or next small business grant win, you're also going to bring somebody else with you, right? Put me in the chat if you got somebody else in mind with like, if I win this grant or when I win my first grant, I already know I'm helping people. Put me in the chat if that's you. Anybody with that heart to serve that I asked about earlier? There we go. One truth got it. Love it. It's a couple of y'all here. I know it. That's why I'm here serving today. Mm-hmm. So whether you're looking to receive that like first congratulations email from a grant win, it does feel good, by the way, really, really good. You may be someone who wants to get that first $10,000 plus grant win to help fund your business. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm a little nervous, but I can still see myself standing on stage with a big check of my own after winning a pitch competition on behalf of my business. Maybe you're looking for like the status of winning multiple small business grants consistently. Because for us in our crew, in my mentorship called the Grant Game Mentorship Program over at blackwomeningrants.com, we win consistently. It's not a fluke. It's not only one time. Once you learn how to win grants, it's smooth selling from there. Now, things do change. You do have to keep getting better at this craft, but it's a skill that you can learn on your own because the status of winning multiple small business grants consistently brings in the safety of having another way to bring in money for yourself, for your family, and for your business. How many of y'all want the ability to like buy land or buy inventory or buy a building and renovate or do like an office space build out or salon suite add on? Anybody here needed a grant for that, for like warehouse space and things like that? Put me in the chat because I meet a lot of y'all. It's like, this is why I need a grant. I have these big visions. I'm ready to break ground. I want to buy property. I want to buy land. I want to do. Y'all have these big dreams, including the boss move of wanting to hire a team to help you in your business. Some of y'all want to win grants for marketing, and grants can really help you have marketing dominance in your industry from being visible. Even if you're someone who is like, maybe you work another job right now, it's all good. Nothing wrong with that. But you're like, I want to work for myself full time and get paid to do it. Anybody here? Let me get an amen. By the way, if you don't follow this page yet, go ahead and follow this page and turn your notifications on so you know when we're live and you can come join us in this conversation about grants. I'm usually live here with y'all Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. When I come on the weekends, it's to have fun. So that's what we're doing here today. So what I love about what I get to teach is that it becomes a repeatable way of winning thousands in funding for your business. Can anyone use a couple extra $1,000? Talk to me in the chat and put me. If so, welcome. This is Black Women in Grants. We are an online grant coaching community that teaches Black women, for profit, small business owners how to find, apply for, and win $10,000 or more in grants in 90 days. Could anyone use help doing that? Because what that allows you to do is remove the barriers to finding funding that fit your small business needs, and it's going to increase your access to small business revenue and resources. Anybody need that kind of help? Just put help in the chat. You're like, okay, I found my people. I know I'm in the right place. Just put help in the chat because I want to real quick run through my transformation story and tell you how I got here. I used to be a broke college student. Okay. I received my first refund check from school, and then I went on to learn about scholarships and subsidies and stipends. I won over $1 million, Miss Donna. I became a certified life coach, then a master life coach trainer, certifying women all over the world. And then one day during 2020, A colleague sent me a list of business grants and I applied to one and I won my first $1,000 in small business grants. And child, since then, I have won over six figures in funding and fully funded fellowships and facilitator led MBA style courses, flights, foods, and fun. You name it, girl. I've been on a winning streak. So I'm trying to share what I know with y'all. Y'all ready? I've now been able to help over 655 Black women, for profit small business owners find, apply for, and win over $500,000 in grants. We'll be there before the end of this year. And I've also granted over $648,000 in scholarships to come join us in my mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. I have a scholarship spot available today for one of y'all during this live that's going to come and join us as well. So I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But if you want to be nosy, either go to blackwomeningrants.com or simply click on the profile picture in your top left-hand corner. That's going to take you to our description box here on our TikTok page for Black Women in Grants. Just make sure you're on the right page. It'll walk you step by step through how to join us in our mentorship program. It's available for $197, which is our scholarship price, down from $997. So as I win grants, I get to give back in the form of scholarships. And that's what these grants allow me to do for you. And so that's how you can come join us for the next 6 months for one payment of $197. I'll tell y'all more about that. But again, that's for the nosy people who want to go to the website real quick, check it out, and claim that spot, because it is available on a first come first serve basis. And during today's live, it comes with the bonus I'm going to tell you about. We've been talking about it. If you just joined us, though, I'll fill you in on the details. Okay, so welcome. Hey, Soft Life, welcome. Glad to have you. So if you're new here or if you're returning, let me know in the chat. Put new or put OG. OGs, you've been here before. New, this is your first time. Talk to me in the chat. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of blackwomeningrants.com. EOS, you are not new here. Alicia Harris is an OG. I'm a Google Data Center Fellow, a Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women and Bank of America Women Entrepreneurship Institute and eCornell alum. I am the Self-Made Entrepreneur of the Year. I'm a 17-time self-published author and a content creator and a live stream host right here on TikTok, where we have a combined following of all of our social media platforms of over 100,000 of y'all. Soft Life said, we've been down since Hillman days. We locked in. So I taught, I love it. Welcome back, girl. I taught one of those Hillman University courses at the top of this year. We had a ball. I met thousands of y'all. And a lot of y'all came to join us in the mentorship. That's how we grew a lot this year. We've had hundreds of you guys on the lives. We've grown by tens of thousands of you. So I'm so glad you're still connected to us here. So welcome. If this is your first time or you're revisiting, and it's been a minute, like Soft Life, I don't know where she been, but welcome back. Here's why you should trust me. Because I started off just like you. I needed funding. I was hoping to win, and I was searching for help, but I was unsure where to start. And so since then, I figured it out. I got resourceful. That's what my mom raised me to be. And I've won so much in funding. I started getting bored with it, y'all. You won a grant? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Tell me more. If you want to come on the live and tell us about it, I can send you a quick invite. Let me see if I can find you here. But I must know. I love how y'all do this too, by the way. Y'all come, you learn, and I taught y'all good in Hillman, okay? I got on my Hillman shirt now as we speak. So I would love to learn what you've been up to, girl. Right. Hustle Princess says, yes, I want to hear it. That's how they do, Hustle Princess. They come and they get their learning on, and they go out and do exactly what I teach in the mentorship, and they win grants. And that's what it's about. You said you're at work listening. So put it in the chat what you won. I want to know how much you won and what grant you won. Put it in the chat. Or maybe go sneak off in a conference room or in the bathroom. Tell them you got to pee, because we want to hear about it. Like, you guys are the proof of the product, okay? It's not just me winning. We have winners all over the world. I just won a $500 Delta gift card last week or the week before. And then an event I'm hosting live here in Atlanta next month, I was selected for the 2025 Google Data Center Community AI Fellowship Program, and they're sponsoring our event. So 30 of you guys will get to come join us here in Atlanta live in about 28 days or so. We're counting down. And yeah, you'll get to come join us. You'll get a free ticket that'll cover your admission into the event. We're going to do catered lunch, which you'll be responsible for, but I got all the details on our invitation. The invitations just went out before this live. I'm going to be resending them out. So if you come join us in our mentorship during our live, you'll get an invitation for the Atlanta event. But you got to be one of the first 30 to register to come join us, secure your scholarship seat, and I got you. Because teaching Black women, for profit small business owners how to find, apply for, and win grants has helped over 655 win $500,000 in grants and grant funded opportunities. We will be at those numbers before the end of this year. And we've helped, and by we, I mean me and Jesus, because that's all it is over here working on this business, child. But we have helped women who are in the startup phase of their business. Anybody in the startup phase, put startup in the chat. Self Life, I'm waiting on your answer too, girl. What grant did you win? How much? When? Tell us more. I know you at work listening, but we need more, child. We know. Um, y'all talk to me in the chat. What are startups? Alicia is the startup. Who else? What about those of you who have started your businesses? Put started in the chat. Let me know. Put started in the chat. Because even if you're someone who is in the startup phase, that is cool. Chosen, you're in the right place. Just join in the conversation, listening in. Everybody's listening intently and taking notes. We have one of our recent grant winners here, Soft Life. We waiting on her to update us on what grant she won and how much. She just told us she won using what I taught her at Hillman Talk earlier this year. So it's really exciting, and you guys can become winners as well. Because whether you're in the startup phase or whether you're someone who has never won a grant before, or if you've been actively applying for grants and trying to win funding, but you keep getting rejected, denied, ghosted, they won't give you feedback, we help you turn those into lessons that help you leverage those lessons and turn them into wins. Okay. And so if you've been someone who's been trying to win, we can help you take those denials and rejections and actually start getting funding. Anybody started a business, put started in the chat. I see a couple of y'all are in the startup phase. Put startup in the chat. And if you started, put started in the chat. Welcome. Helping Black women, for-profit small business owners gain access to revenue and resources. Y'all, the resources. The money is good, but as we know, money comes and goes. But these resources, these relationships we're building behind the scenes, winning this money, girl, I can't even explain it. Other people's money is good, that OPM, that free money, because it's going to add to your business bottom line. But it's a whole ecosystem, meaning others helping others in this secret economy we call grants. So my number one goal is to help you get access to this economy. And that's why I'm here today. That's why we do what we do over at blackwomenandgrants.com. So that you don't have to let your fear. How many of y'all have been like, I haven't really been applying for grants because I'm scared of rejection? Anybody? Put me in the chat. Just confess real quick, because a lot of y'all tell me that. I don't apply because I'm scared of rejection. You don't have to let your fear of rejection around applying for grants stop you from adding that extra, that additional free income by winning your first or next small business grant. The core issue I see though is that a lot of you want it to be easy to win this money. So you're like, I want to hire a grant writer. That's how you get scammed, by the way. Trying to hire somebody to do this work. They promise you and guaranteed you a win, or they can make it easy. And all of a sudden you look up and that money gone and you ain't got Nathaniel left, right? Some of y'all just want to apply one time and win a grant. Some of y'all want grants to be guaranteed. So you're like, well, Dr. Austin, if I come join you in your mentorship, can you guarantee me a win? And I say, baby, what our grandmamas teach us, only thing guaranteed in life is staying Black, taxes, and death. I ain't hear grants in there nowhere. So no, I can't guarantee you nothing. If you're looking for easy money, if you're looking for quick applications, grants ain't it, y'all. If you're trying to do something real quick to make a little money, a little hustle on the side, okay? Ain't that crazy, Chosen? She said, wow, that's crazy. Softlife said, I won the middle end of May. Not going to lie, I applied and forgot about it. I didn't think I was dot dot dot. Don't leave us hanging, girl. Keep typing, keep typing. Here's the core issue behind trying to find the easy way into this grant space. It's really that you don't believe you can win a grant. You've heard it's hard to win. You feel overwhelmed. You feel accepted. Not you feel accepted, but you feel overwhelmed, so you've accepted defeat. And you don't have to do that. You actually have to start shifting your mindset into you can find, apply for, and win a grant. How many of y'all believe that? I can find a grant. I can apply for a grant and I can win a grant. Let me see if you even believe that, because that's where it starts, in the mind. We're going to start there. Softlife says going to get it, but they emailed me and I was skeptical at first because I didn't have to go. You can forward me your winning application as well. I need to email y'all. You can send that to me as well. I just activated my new email as well for Black Women in Grants, so that'll be perfect. Softlife. Miss Donna says, I believe. EOS says, yes, I believe that. I'm glad to hear it, y'all. A lot of people ain't saying nothing because they like, well, if you tell me how easy it can be, I believe. Listen, I'm not here to convince you. I do want you to start getting that mind right, though, okay? Because that's where it starts as a man. Think it. Amen. In person and be in front of people, which I was nervous about, but it was all through an email from a ... Okay. Jazzy says, I believe I can and will. Lady on TikTok, she was giving our grandson one to find her and tag her. How cool is that? I love it. When you learn, and yes, keep telling us, Soft Life. We nosy, girl. We want to hear that this works, that Dr. AJ knows what she's talking about. And y'all, by the way, I'm hearing a lot from those of you who have been coming to our lives, those of you who are in our mentorship and in our membership programs, that grants start to follow you. Y'all, that's literally a prayer that I pray. And I don't know about you, I believe in Jesus. I know he real for me. And one thing I know that the word of God says, when you call those things that are not as though they were, when you start telling God or telling your friends or thinking out loud, talking to yourself like I do, like, wait a minute, Jesus, now here's what I want. And you put it out there, it starts to follow you. That's what happens with Tay. Tay started joining us on these lives, and then she joined our mentorship. And this is on TikTok now. She said she went over to Facebook, and all of a sudden there was an ad for a grant. And she's like, nah, because I ain't never seen no ads. Now I know they be reading our minds and listening to our conversation. But again, you put it out there, right? Even in your thoughts, you put it out there. So if you spoke it for real, it's following you. So she went and applied for that grant opportunity. She ended up getting selected. She's in New York. She got flown out to Florida. She pitched her business on stage for a bank and won $5,000 in 5 minutes. And they flew her home, and she's won 30 plus thousand since then, doing the same thing because money is now following her. So that's just a little heads up of what to expect, okay? So it doesn't surprise me when I hear back from our winners who have actively engaged here on TikTok, who have been a part of our community for a while, who have joined our mentorship program and are starting to apply the information that I'm teaching you. The money follows you, y'all. That's the anointing I have on my life. So that's what's in my business. That's what sets me apart from anybody you're going to hear teaching about grants. Money follows us. And you're like, wait a minute. I didn't even know there was a grant. Let me go apply real quick using what Dr. Austin just taught us, okay? So, that part. Softlife says, I used all your techniques from my notes, made everything under a minute to explain. Did you get the pitch together? Amen. I love it. Softlife, I really wish we could bring you on this live and talk. You sure you can't go on lunch break early? Let me know, girl. I need some more details. Let me know. Who did I just see join? Oh, Eat Create. Hey, girl. We ain't even halfway through, so I'm proud of you for being present today, okay? You know, you be coming in at the last second. Hey, girl. So we're talking about grants and how when you start believing you can win funding. You start turning that into a process where you know to apply. You're going to start seeing these opportunities follow you around the internet and in your life because you put it out there, you spoke it, you manifested it. God is bringing it to life. One of our secrets we use is called triple A. Apply, apply, apply. That means have an application out there at all times as much as you possibly can. And again, I said you have an application out there. That means stop trying to get somebody to do this work for you. You do not have to pay anyone to apply for grants for you. You can do this work by yourself on your own, win your money, and keep it to yourself. That's called betting on you. You're not asking anybody to guarantee you a win or to do this work. This is your business and your baby. And when it comes to talking about your business on these grant applications, only you can do it with the same passion that it took you to start this business or the passion that you have to grow a business from scratch. And what that's also going to do is give you repeatable results in a way that you can copy and paste your answers and turn it into a proven process for winning grants. Anybody ready to win? Just put win in the chat real quick. Because if you really start to believe, like, wait a minute, I can do this, I don't have to get scammed out of my money, let somebody lie to me, tell me what I want to hear in the moment, I can do this for me. I see you. Not all caps and exclamation points, EOS. I love it. Let's talk about where to start with that. First of all, you're already on the right live, so welcome. Because when Black women win grants, we tend to bring others with us, like I told y'all earlier. Let me give y'all a little bit of like definition of grants. So let's talk about what are grants. Grants are gifts. They're free money. They're other people's money. It's granted unto you. So they've granted you the funds. It's debt free. So there's no interest on it. It's non-traditional. It's not a loan, so you don't have to pay it back. It's not an angel investment or venture capital. Grants are not based on your credit, believe it or not. So if you thought it was, or if you wondered was it, grants are not based on your credit. They don't have to be paid back. They're not based on your criminal history, so that doesn't matter. If you got one, that's between you, the law, and the Lord. Amen. You don't need any collateral. You are not selling a portion of your company or giving anything away as far as ownership in your business. So, what grants really can do is save you from having to crowd fund and get mad at family and friends for their lack of financial support in your little business. Okay. Y'all got it? Do you understand what grants are? Put got it in the chat. Let me know. Soft Life, where you at, girl? You supposed to be filling us in with more detail. I know you think you through, but you're not. When you on here as one of the grant winners, you are the star of the show, girl. You got the spotlight on you. Keep typing, keep talking. Tell us more about that grant you won since the last time I seen you on our live. Let me know. You've been putting them notes to work. I love it. And congratulations, my friend. I'm so happy with you, proud of you, celebrating you, girl. Oh, and tell us how much it was. How much did you win? Let me know. Let's talk about businesses that don't qualify for grants. If you have a franchise or a multi-level marketing company like an MLM, think like Paparazzi, and I need to look up multi-level marketing companies. I don't even know what's out there anymore. But if you're in the direct sales business, or if you have something known as a sin-based business, sin-based businesses are businesses that cause you to sin according to the Bible. And because we've been taught that America is a Christian-based country, the grants that grant funding have to abide by what's known as the laws of the land. And if the land is based on laws that are said to be focused on Christian based principles, listen, we're not getting political, even though everything is political. You got to go by the laws of the land. And so if you got a business that's causing people to sin according to the Bible that you can't argue with because it's the word of God, then you don't qualify for the grants that we win in the for-profit space. So think of like if you own like a Shake a Booty dance club, you got girls on the poles and they twerking, baby. I hate to break it to you, but it's probably gonna be a little hard to get you some funding for that. I don't know how we can flip that, you know. If you are into organic, plant-based street pharmaceuticals that require inhale, exhaling, and floating off somewhere mentally, baby, I don't know what to tell you other than no. Even if it's legal in some states, we probably gonna have a hard time getting you a grant. But let's get creative. Let's think of other ways that we can get you some funding. So again, franchises, multi-level marketing or MLMs, direct sales, and SIM-based businesses do not qualify for the grants that we win in the for-profit space. They're looking for original ideas only. They're looking for founders of these companies as well. Y'all got it. Got it in the chat. And then I'll tell you about the businesses that do qualify for grants. And I bet you your business falls into this category. Got it in the chat if this is making sense, it's helping, you understand, you're picking up what I'm putting down, and you're starting to see how all you need to do is know that you qualify to go win these grants. How many of you are Black women with for-profit small businesses that are based in the United States? Put me in the chat. You're Black, you're a woman, you're a for-profit small business owner based in the United States. Put me in the chat. Y'all got to talk to me now. If y'all talking, I'm going to keep talking. If y'all stop talking, I'm going to stop as well, and I'll go ahead and wrap us up from here. But I really want to give you what it takes to win these grants, and it starts with understanding who they're giving the money to and making sure that you qualify, okay? So if you're a Black woman with a for-profit small business and you're based here in the United States and over the age of 18 plus, you own at least 51% of your business, you qualify to win a grant in the for-profit space. As long as you're not one of the four companies or the four types of companies we just talked about that don't qualify to win. Put win in the chat if you got that. You are Black, you are a woman, you're for-profit, based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business, and you're not in the other four categories of businesses that I just told you don't qualify to win grants. Because you don't have to be a nonprofit to win a small business grant. You don't have to hire anyone to apply for grants for you. You don't need to have an LLC to apply for and win grants. If a grant wants you to have your LLC papers, they'll ask you if you got them. And if you don't have them, go apply for another grant from somewhere else, okay? If you want to get your articles of incorporation, like your LLC, your limited liability corporation papers, your LLP for your limited liability partnership, your INC for your corporations or incorporation, put that in your grant applications. That's what you want to use some of the funding for, okay? You do need an employer identification number to receive your grant funding, and that's your EIN, like a social security number for your business. Grants need that to put on their tax form showing that they gave this money to this business with this EIN number, and you're going to need it when you file taxes on your behalf as well for your business. So get that EIN number. It is free on Google. Just Google it. It's free on the IRS site. I've seen some people saying, people are charging for these numbers. This is free through the government, child. Go get it for yourself. Don't be paying nobody, okay? You do need a business bank account to receive grant funding. It doesn't matter which bank you bank with. As long as you can receive deposits into that business bank account, then go get it. You can, again, Google this. Most of those accounts are free as well. Just make sure they fit your banking needs and go from there. Apply and just have it sitting to the side waiting on deposits if that's what you got to do. It does not matter. I don't have a preferred bank or I am just learning about CDFIs, community financial developmental or development institutes. They're more entrepreneur friendly. I just went to a private event a couple of weeks ago for one here in Atlanta, and they work specifically with entrepreneurs when it comes to like getting loans. And one that I went to was focused on policy change for entrepreneurs and making sure we're not falling victim to predatory lending and so stuff like that. If you're looking for like a bank with a cause, look for a CDFI. I'm assuming. I'm just not learning, but I think that's pretty helpful. I think the CDFIs are good as well. I did a pitch competition with one and won $500. So it's like they have the vision of the small business owners helping us get funding. So yeah, look for those. You don't need a business plan to apply for and win a grant. You can have one, you can be working on one, but don't let that stop you from applying for grants. Most grants are not going to ask you for a business plan. Out of the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I've applied for and won, only one grant I can recall asked for a business plan, and that's because the grant was coming from a business organization. So that made sense. They teach what should be in your business plan, so they want to see what you already got. Um, what's something else? Oh, yeah, you can use AI to apply for most grants. It'll actually help you save time. Like one of the grants that I won this year, well, actually the last 30 days, um, it's a $6,000 cash grant. And then there's about 14,000 or so in extra funding. I'll talk about that because they're like business credits towards services and stuff for the next year. And so I applied for that grant in about 5 minutes 45 minutes at like 9 o'clock at night. And I went to sleep. I forgot I applied. I woke up and had won a couple days later, of course, but had won that funding. And so I can help you find, apply for, and win these small business grants using what I use, the way I use it, making sure that you're understanding what you're doing, understanding how to go about doing this. You're also going to see some grants do have application fees. So I encourage you to use your discernment. I like grants with application fees because it's going to cut down on the competition. Everybody does not want to apply to win a grant. They think people, random strangers on the internet, should just give them free money for just having a business. So they're going to have an attitude. They're going to complain that there's a fee and they're going to move on to something else. But people like me, I'm going to study that opportunity. And this is what I teach our mentees to do as well. Read what they're requiring of you. Read why they're charging you this money. Is it to pay their team to help them go through the applications and decide the winners and award it, carry out those actions? Does it come with additional learning, additional access to grants or resources? Their network is so much more that's hidden behind that paywall, but use your discernment. And it doesn't mean that every grant you see with an application fee is legit. It could be a scam as well. So discernment is like, what is my heart saying? What is my gut saying? Because one thing about a Black woman, our gut is never wrong. We can tell ourselves we're wrong. We can try to ignore the red flags and move past it. But honey, when we write, we write. And right away. Okay. So discernment, is also a spiritual thing. It's for me, it's my connection to God. He like, now I taught you better than that. Or didn't we learn from the last time? Let's think through this now. So it's using your gut, using your brain. What are you thinking? Is this a good fit for your business? Do you have the extra money, or is that just your Starbucks money for the day? You see what I'm saying? So one time I applied for a grant, I paid $35. I won $1,500. Would y'all do that too for a check? Let me know in the chat. I also won an additional $12,000 in prizes. I got free coaching. I got offered like free branding package and self-care boxes. It was so much more behind that paywall that people who didn't pay didn't get access to it. So I'm very confident in my application skills. I knew what it would take to win, and I did that in addition to paying the fee. So if you want that same confidence, that's what I teach our mentors or our mentees. And by the way, the best time to apply for a grant is right now, right today. And there are grants available right now. Grants come out every month. They come out quarterly. They'll come out a couple of times a year, some grants. And then some grants are yearly. Some grants will be one and done forever. Like you'll never see that grant again. And then some grants offer one time, then they reinvent the grant and they bring it back, usually with stricter deadlines, harsher competition, but more money. So you got to be ready, but they're always available. Really quick, take a minute and share this live because I got some tips to drop about what to expect when you apply for these grants. I want to walk you through the grant application process, like what's on these applications lately. But take a minute to share, and then I'll share this with you guys. So again, remember, same time, man. You share, I share. So hold down your phone screen. Your contact list will pop up. Probably the people you're already sharing TikToks with. Share this live with them. Let them know we are live. They should be here. This is a good conversation and a safe space for Black women to talk about getting funding for their business. Thank you for reposting, Jazz. I see you, girl. If this is helping you, let me see share by your name. Let me see if I see any more shares. Doll Baby, I see you. Thank you, girl. Welcome. I know you just joined us. Miss Donna just reposted. What's the difference between a repost and a share, y'all? I don't know. That's new for me, but let me know. Eat, create, reposted. Thank y'all. Oh, does the repost show up in like videos? But the share goes directly to like people's inbox. I don't know. People share lives with me as well. And I share, well, I try to share our lives, but TikTok don't let me for real. Thank you for the repost, Laura. I don't know the difference, but I'll figure it out. Okay. It's applying for grants. It's like a 10-step process. Jazz says repost goes on my TikTok page. That's what I thought. Okay. Thank you, girl, for confirming that. Oh, my Amazon delivery is here. I just got the alert on my Alexa. Yay. I've been light shopping, not too much, not too much. It's on my porch, so I'm about to go in a minute. Dr. M shared the live with 5 more friends. Thank you, Dr. M. I appreciate it. Welcome, Carrie Woods. See, y'all are inviting people and they're coming. So the grant application process looks like this. This is why I tell you, you can do this yourself. If you can write your business name, your business email, your business phone number, your business website. And if you don't have a website, put your business socials or social media. If you don't have business social medias, you can start one today for free. Hey, Carrie, welcome new here. Social media is free, and on your social medias, yes, the grant will go look. They're going to do their due diligence. They want to make sure that you're on there talking about what you do in your business. So you need to be on there talking about what you do in your business. If it's you twerking and cussing people out, baby, don't get them that social. Just start you a new one, okay? All right. Y'all take a minute and follow this page as well. Before I forget, I want to tell y'all to make sure you follow. I'm usually live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just came on today to play a little bit before my nap. I feel it coming. So I'm going to wrap up in a minute. Another thing that's a part of the grant application process is being able to describe your business. When I say describe, I want you to keep in mind that song, 5'5" with brown eyes, smile like the sunrise, right? Y'all know that song? I know I'm not the only one showing my age. I'm too young to know that song, by the way. But anyway, I bring up that one, number one, because it's the first thing to come to mind. But number two, listen how they described her. She was 5'5". Everybody was trying to be 5'5" when that song came out. They wanted to be talking about them. She had brown eyes. They wasn't blue, they wasn't green, they was brown. So now every black person is staring in the sun trying to get them brown eyes. They was describing. Her smile. It wasn't cute. She had all her teeth and it looked like she brushed them. No, her smile was like the sunrise. Like, I don't know about y'all, but that give me chills. If somebody was describing your business like that, what would they say? That's how you need to be able to describe your business on these grant applications. Don't just give them your title of what you do. Talk about the results that people say you give them. Like, Lord, if you weren't here today, I don't know what I'll be able to do. Just like Carrie put, glad you came today. Me too, Carrie. Because if I would have went to sleep, y'all wouldn't know. We wouldn't know Soft Life is on here. And the last time I seen her, she took what I taught her. She went out and applied for a grant using all the techniques from her notes and everything that it took to win her first grant. You see what I'm saying? That's a description. Not, you know, I mean, we be winning grants and stuff. That's it. No, let me tell you about Soft Life. I met her on TikTok. She joined our series we were doing as a part of Hillman Talk earlier this year. She listened intently, asked questions, and engaged on our TikTok lives. I did 3 times a week for them for 2 hours at a time. So she was getting 6 hours of free education every week. She took that and applied for a grant from a lady on TikTok that was giving out grants and won her first grant for her Black woman-owned for-profit small business. Y'all hear that description? Not like, oh, I'm a grant coach. Oh, I help you, get money and stuff. Y'all hear that description? Hey, fitness. Fitness, you're in Watson too? Let me know. Hey, girl. So that's a description. Y'all got it? Got it in the chat. I have to be, somebody's still going to break the rule in a minute when I ask y'all about your business, but that's how you describe your business. You talk about the results, the testimonials, the breakthroughs, the changes that you're helping people get in the products or service that you sell, that you offer. You also got to be that descriptive about the problem you're helping them to solve, because your business is supposed to be the solution to that problem. Okay, you was seeing the bottom of my page with Watson. What you know about Watson, girl? Those are my people. Now, so we got accepted into the Google Data AI Community Fellowship Program. It's a mouthful, and it's in partnership with Watson, sponsored by Google, and we're hosting an event live here in Atlanta. And I'm giving away free tickets to our first mentee. Oh, okay, it's your last name. It's an actual institute in Colorado, and they are over fellowship programs. I'll tell y'all about that in a minute because you have to be at a certain level of your business to like really get the juice out of a fellowship. Um, but yeah, that's who Watson is in our crew. So welcome. Glad we're family now, okay? um, let's see. Oh, TikTok was blocking some of y'all's comments. Okay. Let me approve them. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing this. Is so weird. But anyway, welcome in to those of you who are just joining us. Thank you to those of you who have been sharing the live. We're going through the grant application process as far as what's on a grant application, okay? Thank you, Carrie, for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Um, if your business does not solve a problem, you do not have a business. I know it's hard to hear and it hurts, but it's true. Your business should be offering a solution to a problem. Like you saw a problem or a need in your community or in the world, and you're like, I'm going to start a business around that. Or if you black, you do something really well and somebody saw it in you and they was like, you need to start a business. You know, people will pay you to do that part. You're providing a solution to someone's problem. So Granny's going to want you to describe that in detail. They're going to want to know about the years you've had in your business, the revenue that you've made or not, the sales that you've made or not. And it's okay if you haven't made a lot of money or you haven't made any money or you really haven't even started your business yet. You can still apply for it and win a grant. You just need to be able to talk about how long you can see yourself in business before you either retire or sell the company or pivot into another industry, or like the real reason behind why you do it. Um, you need to be able to talk about the revenue and the sales you see coming in the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, etc. That's how that works. They call that vision casting or financial projections. Okay. You got to be able to tell the grant why you need the grant funding. And some grants have gotten bold and asked, well, what will you do if you don't win the grant funding? You got to have a plan. Like, well, I got a job, or I'm going to get a job, or I'm going to keep applying for more grants, or I'm going to go take out a loan, or I'm going to start a line of credit, or get a credit card, or do crowdfunding. You see what I'm saying? You got to have a plan. Like, I got savings. You got to show them what happens with their money and or without their money. And then here's the number one secret that's going to really help you stand out on these grant applications. You got to show them that you're not just a business owner applying for funding, but you're a Black woman in business that also is involved in her community. That's community involvement, or known as social impact. So that plus like innovation, meaning what you do differently than your competition. And by the way, everybody that will be applying for grants is your competition. Even if you're telling yourself, I don't have a competition. Yes, you do. It's everybody applying for that money. And it's also you before you won a grant. So that means that if your application for the very first grant you applied to was horrible, you're competing against your last horrible application that did not get accepted. Y'all got it. Put got it. Again, I know it's hard to hear, may take a minute to click and understand, but this is how this works. And then finally, on the grant application process, they're going to want to know about your future goals. How are you going to grow this business so that you don't become dependent on grants? Meaning, they don't want to see you apply for this again and again, because this funding is one time. They'll probably tell you that once you win, give somebody else a chance, come back later, or once you win, don't come back here with your hand out. You better go take this money and make it stretch. What's your plans to make the grant money stretch? That's what they want to hear. So, thank y'all for letting me know you got it. Now let's talk about the types of grants there are, because grants could be checks in the mail. They could be business bank account deposits. They could be PayPal payments. They could be gift cards. I want a $500 gift card to go on a shopping spree at an office supply store through a grant. I won a $500 gift card for Delta Airlines. I won a free desk, free chair, free filing cabinet, and all the stationery you can think of, from journals, pens, highlighters, post-it notes, you name it, I've won it from grants. They can be company credits. I recently won about $14,000 in company credits. One of them I was just playing around with before I went live. They're going to cover our marketing expense, which is $350 a month, every month for the next 12 months. You do the math on that. That's just one. They're covering other things I'm going to give you a list of in just a minute. But this is what grants can look like. Grants can also be what's known as grant funded opportunities. Hey, woman, that's all I see in your name. Welcome, girl. Grant funded opportunities are known as incubators, accelerators, and fellowship programs. And so they'll have like scholarships and stipends and small business pitch competitions and contests and giveaways and bursaries. They'll have sweepstakes and partnerships and sponsorships. All of that is baked into these opportunities. So, an incubator program is for those of you who are in the. I'm getting excited. I'm stuttering. Hold on. For those of you who are in the startup phase of your business, you need an incubator program. Incubator programs are to help you get your ideas out of your head onto paper and launched out into the marketplace. Okay. So they'll have coaches and mentors and trainers and advisors and accountability groups and support centered around you getting this idea into fruition, making it tangible and real. Okay. Making money. You can literally go to Google right now and type in incubator programs if you're in the startup space and see what type of programs are currently available for you as a brand new startup founder. That's what they're going to call you, okay? Incubator programs. If you've started your business, you need to be applying for accelerator programs. Accelerator programs are the programs that also have the coaching, the mentorship, the training, the advising, the accountability groups. But these are people who also have started businesses that are in what they call cohorts, like a small group of entrepreneurs that are going through this program with you. And they're designed to take the work you've already done to start your business and put a little accelerant on it. You know, things that cause fires, things that make it accelerate, go faster, put a little gas behind what you've already been able to do successfully to get your business started to help you grow to the next level. You can literally go to Google right now and type in accelerator. And then fellowship programs, this is for those of you who want to be a better leader, a better boss, a better entrepreneur, a better manager. You're ready to start expanding your team, even if it's being all of those things to yourself as your first employer. And so you can literally go to Google and type in business fellowship programs. Make sure y'all put the word business in front of these so that you stay on the business and entrepreneurship side of these grant funded opportunities. When we're talking about grants for profit small businesses, we're not talking about federal funding or government grants or government contracts or nonprofit grants. We are in the for profit space. And what that means is I'm thinking about companies that fund these types of grants and grant funded opportunities that have been on my checks and my clients' checks. They're from people like Google and Goldman Sachs and Wells Fargo and Regions Bank and Bank of America and Office Depot, Office Max. That's who has funded me. Many of them this year and even more over the last 30 days, y'all. I'm overwhelmed in a good way with everything I just won from a grant that I can't talk about yet. They're in my inbox even today on a Saturday. I was like, what they doing in the office today? But thank you. So it's so much that you can win in grants when you know what you need grant funding for. So in the chat, tell me, what do you need a grant for? Put that in the chat real quick. What do you need a grant for? Put it in the chat. Talk me through why you're here looking for grants. What is that one thing or several things that you can really see your business winning your first or next grant for? Put that in the chat. Don't get if you talk, I talk. If you share, I share. You go talk, you go share, I go talk, I go share. Okay? So in the chat. them money or leave this platform and let them help you with a grant. They about to scam you, even if they on this live right now. So y'all be careful. I'm assuming nobody here needs a grant. So I'm about to wrap us up real quick because ain't nobody saying that. EOS says upgrade. Upgrade what, girl? Helping manufacturing companies save money. Tell me what you need a grant for, colorful moms. What do you need a grant for your business? Jazzy says to help purchase my supplies for my products. Tell us more. What kind of supplies? What kind of products do you have? Be specific. Be specific, y'all. Talk to me in the chat. Miss Donna says to start my business. Okay. Carrie, hold on. Let me approve your comment. It's grayed out for some reason. There we go. You said a grant to secure housing for individuals that need housing. Love it. Miss Just Smile says, I do. I just came into your live. Welcome. Just put it in the chat. What do you need a grant for? So I can know I'm talking to the right people because there is a grant available for your business. If you really haven't thought of it, you can put that in the chat too. Because a lot of y'all just hear free money and you're like, oh, I'll just go get the money for first. Go get the money for free first and figure it out later what I'll do with it. And that's not how grants work. So you got to have a plan. DTS says I need to rehab a house for low income housing. So I need a water heater, window. Thank you, girl. A specific list. That's exactly what a grant is going to want to know about. They're going to say, send us that budget. Tell us what you'll be putting this money towards specifically. So she sent a water heater, windows, a new kitchen. Yes, that's how you do that. Miss Just Smile says to start my wreath business. Got it. Here's the thing. As long as you're not on the list of businesses that don't qualify for grants that we already went through, and I'm not going to repeat it, but I bet you your business qualifies for a grant. That's why I'm asking y'all, what do you need a grant for? And so if you're applying for grants, if you're not applying for grants, you're not winning grants because you're not applying for the right types of grants for your business. And that's why I want to know, what do y'all do in your business? What do you need a grant for? What you really need is a better grant application strategy, or GAS, because your next grant win is within your control. Nobody else's. So if you don't know what you need a grant for, how do you expect to be trying to pay somebody to apply for a grant for you? Like, they can't. That's why they can't guarantee you a win. But if you've sat and thought through it, you can go do this work yourself. You control whether or not you apply for your next grant and you being closer to winning your next grant. Because once you apply for a grant, using the tips that I share with you guys here on these lives and in our mentorship program over at blackwomenandgrants.com, you increase your odds. A lot of people say, what are my odds of winning? Well, it's 0 if you're not applying, but that's up to you. When you apply, your odds increase because at least your name is in the application hat, right? You say a grant to administration and expansion of employees and pay first round apprenticeship for students. EOS says vehicle. I've been driving a 2010 to pick up my elderly family. I like more newer, comfortable. Also travel fees, shirts from wholesalers. Colorful says, I'm so glad you called my name. I was afraid this was a pre-recorded bot live. Girl, I wish I could figure that out. Chill. Let me find out. I'm gonna teach you how to read so y'all can still believe it's live, but I wish. I could be taking my nap right now. Anyway, thank you for letting me know that, though. That's how y'all know I'm live, because I say your name. Say your name. Say your name. Girl. If you're not doing what I've been teaching y'all on this live, it's gonna take you way too long to apply for a grant. If you've never applied for a grant, baby, it's taking you way too long to apply for a grant. You're not winning grants because you don't have a grant application strategy, or you don't have a grant winning application strategy. Now, my mentees win their first 4, 5, and 6 figures in grants and grant funded opportunities within 90 days. Okay. And I like to say it this way: 90 days are going to pass anyway. You might as well be applying for grants. Amen. You do, right? Thank you, Erica, for being earnest. She said, I need a grant winning strategy. That's what you need. And I got you, girl. Because grants are not hard to win. In order to win your first or next $1,000 to $10,000, you must be applying for higher level grants and grant funded opportunities. And so you got to take your mindset from believing the myths of like, I never win. I've applied for so many grants. Grants aren't easy to find. Grants are hard to win. I keep getting rejected. Y'all see how annoying that is? When y'all come on this live and say stuff like that, this is what I hear. I don't know where to start. I want to pay somebody to do this for me. That's how y'all sound to me. Okay. So I'm here to help you switch that. Let's talk about it. Because, child, you need to quit going. You need to look, we about to remix this, Erica. Go from whining to winning. Oh, that girl got bars today. EOS says, I need to be educated to apply and win. I got you. That's what I teach in the mentorship. That's why I'm here. Colorful Mom says, same, Erica, I'm new to this, but trying to be true to this. Child, listen, here's how you start being true to this for real, for real. This is the robot speaking, by the way, Colorful. I just think that's so funny. Somebody also asked me, was my picture on that flyer you see on your screen AI? I was like, girl, that's the biggest compliment ever. I look robotic. Yes, me. That's a photo shoot with a lot of makeup and birdie for spirit. Okay, mindset shifts. You got to start thinking, you know what? I know I've tried this before, or maybe you haven't, but I'm going to enhance my application answers. I'm going to keep applying until I win. It's not that you keep getting rejected, keep getting denied. They always tell you, no, you can't win. You just haven't won yet. Now, I know if you are real black, for real, like one of your parents was black, it's in your blood. Baby, we don't give up easy. When the last time you just stopped because you didn't get something right the first time or the last time? Anyway, I ain't gonna go down that path, but keep applying, okay, until you win. Tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna search for grants every month. I'm gonna put it on my calendar. I get a monthly reminder. Girl, sit down at your desk, type in grants for small business, or check your emails because somebody didn't send you something, and read through these grants every month so you don't miss money. In September, I left so much money on the table, y'all. I was embarrassed. I didn't get a chance to sit down and look through grants until halfway through the month. I had missed tens of thousands of dollars that I qualified for. I hate that for us because if I would have known, I could have shared it with y'all too. That's what I do for my mentees. And so I send it via email and WhatsApp to those in our mentorship program. So I messed up on that end. That's why I had to send that reminder to myself and keep true to it. Don't just be hitting snooze or dismiss. But actually put it on your calendar. Make time to do it every month, right? You said no matter how many no's I hear, wait for the yes. And that's all it takes, girl. One yes could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So I just started this weekend. I put it as a daily. Yes. Daily, weekly, monthly. Just do it. It'll be more than you've been doing, right? So keep looking, keep applying, enhance those answers, but also research. Look at previous grant winners. You can go to Google and type in grant winners, see what they say, how they look, what they do in their business, what they won, how much. That's why I was hounding South Life. She's on her with us. She's won a grant since been on the lives with us here. And I'm like, girl, how much you win? When did you win? What did you win? Tell us more. Because you got to study winners. It's something they did that got them to sit down, look for that grant, apply for that grant. They said something on that application, baby, that you can go repeat and get that same type of funding. Amen. And then remember that rejection is just a part of the game. So is the life that we live as Black women, entrepreneurs in America. We are a 3-time minority. We are a minority of a minority of a minority. That's rejection, just opening your eyes every day and trying to go to sleep safely in the comfort of your own home. We all know stories about rejection gone wild in these American streets, right? So why would a grant rejection be your last straw? Be what make you crash out? Be what make you think, well, this don't work. They don't ever choose me. This is a scam. Come on, EOS. Y'all don't want to hear me. You just want to dance. Rejection is a part of the game, the grant game. So if we ain't giving up on being Black, I don't know how you would do that anyway. If we ain't giving up on being a woman, we just being ourselves. We ain't trying to be nobody else. If we ain't giving up on this entrepreneurship thing because we know we ain't meant to work for nobody else, baby, go sit down, search for grants, and submit an application because it's all going to change when you get that congratulations email, even if you think you won on an accident. It ain't by accident. You took it serious. I like to tell our mentees to think of it like this: someone has to win. It could be you. Matter of fact, why not you? Let me go apply for this grant real quick because it might be you. Like, that's the mindset you got to be in, but also using the information that you already have. Stop running from free this and free that and free events and free lives and free and trying to piecemeal it together with a little bit of scotch tape, the clear kind you get at the Dollar Tree that don't stick for long. Trust me, I know. Um, Invest in yourself, learning how to do this. We talked about this on our live last night with one of our coaches that I've trained. She's a part of, I run two companies. So she's one of our certified coaches that I've trained. She found us here on TikTok. She's like, Dr. Austin, why are grants, winning grants so hard? I was like, because this ain't that other lane. This is new for you. And I told her it's like picking a random building in the biggest city you can find and walking in. If they let you pass security, taking the top floor because you're thinking it's the penthouse. So you go to the top floor, the office is empty. So you just go and sit behind somebody's desk and you're supposed to just know what to do, figuring it out. Baby, you in a new world. The atmosphere is different at this level. So how dare you expect to know exactly what you're walking into, exactly what to do to go win, and you keep trying it. Every day you showing up to different people's offices, have no idea why you there and what you're doing there. It's only a matter of time before you get kicked out, rejected, ghosted. Probably worse if you really try that in real life. But grants are the same thing. This is a new space, a new industry. Y'all hear about this stuff. It sounds good. I make it look real good and real fun because once I teach you what I do, it is fun and it is easier than you know on your own. It's easier than you literally trying to sell out and pay somebody to do this for you. Let me teach you what you think you paying them to go do for you. You can really do it and it works. So tell yourself, I'm going to use what I got to keep learning, to keep asking for help, to keep showing up, and to invest in yourself because grants are not guaranteed. No one can guarantee you a win, but you can guarantee yourself that you'll at least apply for a grant. And if you've been applying or if you've been putting off applying, the reason you haven't won is because you are not applying to the right grants and grant funded opportunities. So again, your odds of winning a grant are 0% if you're not applying or if you're applying to the wrong type of grants. Carrie says, I want to get so good at grant writing that I get to eat rejection for lunch. Baby, listen, me and my clients apply for so many grants, we forget we applied. That's the best feeling. Rejection means nothing. Like, I just did this. I don't even remember. Girl, I went through email after email. That took me more time to find the grant that was just now sending back something from years. I was like, girl, I don't even remember the name of this grant. You sure it was me that applied for it? Like, so you go from stressing about applying to like, now, what's your name again? And you not being funny because you've been applying for so many other grants. You've won so many other grants. By the time you get a rejection, yeah, you out to lunch, celebrating your win. I don't know about y'all, but I just took myself shopping the other day on accident. I was out for a walk. Wasn't even supposed to be spending money. Child ended up in somebody's store. $200 later, I had celebrated myself for a recent win. But listen, we don't remember the rejection, okay? So thank you for bringing that up because I hear y'all with babies do the same thing. Y'all go through all that pain and then forget how bad it was because you be having other kids. But a win is a win. Amen. EOS says, how can I sign up for your mentorship training you offer? Over at blackwomenandgrants.com is our 6-month mentorship program called the Grant Game. Like I said, grants are games. So I teach you how to play to win, not just to collect this information. So you can go there and claim the scholarship spot that we currently have open right now that'll let you in for $197. There's also Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm if you need that as payment arrangement options. But again, the website is blackwomenandgrants.com, or you can click the top left-hand corner of your screen right here on your phone. It'll take you to the Black Women in Grants TikTok page. Just make sure you're on the right page, okay? 87,000 of y'all are there. And the link in our profile will walk you step by step through how to be the first one to claim your scholarship. That comes with a free ticket to come join us live here in Atlanta at the top of next month. We're going to be hanging out together. That's what the flyer on this page is for. So we're doing a private VIP event for our mentees and our monthly members live in Atlanta, courtesy of Google and Watson Institute, where I've been accepted as one of their fellows, y'all. So let me tell y'all what these grants, right? eCreate says, I forget too. Right. That's the point. That's why I tell y'all to enforce that triple A. Apply, 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 and keep it moving. You gonna leave here with some. That's what Brother Denzel say. So I've won everything from an Audible membership to Amazon Prime, business cards, flights, hotel stays, luxury dinners, Uber Blacks, event stipends, office furnitures, office supply shopping sprees, personal tax credit advisor, personal tax advisor, personal credit advisor, and then email marketing software, bookkeeping software, a branding package, business program membership, event sponsorships. Hint, hint. That's what we're doing in November. A masterclass membership, business coaching course, books on pitching to make my pitch better to win more money, MBA level business training, technology upgrades, self-care boxes, like you name it, I've won it. And so that's what I teach our mentees to do in our Grant Game mentorship program. Can y'all see yourselves winning anything like that? Or did y'all even know, like, wait a minute, you can win a grant for that? Listen, I told you, you can win a grant for pretty much anything you can think of, as long as you're in that qualifying category of businesses. You said I received a rejection email from Black Ambition founded by Pharrell. That was and was still excited. Amen. And they had a glitch in their system, I heard. We had a couple of our Black women in grants that one reached out and told me she thought she got it because she wins so much. So she was just like adding it to her collection, then found out like, oh, they made that mistake for everybody. So I'm glad they got it right with somebody to be like, well, actually you didn't win and we didn't trick you into believing you did. So good for you. Still celebrating. Okay. That's what it was about. Right. Carrie says, I can see myself winning. I know that's right. Grant for teaching other businesses and bookkeeping. Love it. Let's talk about that. So here's how you can get clearer on the type of grants you should be applying for. Grants are divided by the phase of business that you're in. There are only two phases. It's three, but most of y'all are in the top two that a grant is going to ask you about. You're never in between one or the other. It's always one or the other. Let me tell you about this. So business phases are either startup, where you have made $0 to about $25K since trying to be in business. So really you have no full fleshed out business idea, or either your idea is still in your head, or you have no product or service, or maybe like your ideas are still on paper. You're in the prototype, the beta testing phase, and you really haven't launched. So you have the low to no sales. That's the startup phase. Anybody in that phase, put startup in the chat. Now, this is going to define the type of grants you should actually be applying to, because you can still apply for grants and win them in the startup phase, but you need to know to apply for only these types of grants. Any startups in the chat, put startup in the chat. You can go to Google right now and type in startup grants, especially if you got more time than money to go look for these opportunities. And let me think. Startup grants. Oh, and incubators. We'll talk about that again in a minute. But those are the types of grants you should be applying to, because other than that, you're going to fall into the rejection category because you're applying for the wrong types of grants. So startups, apply for startup grants, okay? The second phase of business is started. Started businesses have made between $25,000 and $50,000, and you're usually in the process of doing this yearly, okay? So you're either making 25 plus a year into that 50K range. That means you have a product, you have started, you have a service, you've made sales, you filed taxes, you have a profit and loss statement, you have testimonials of people who have purchased and used your products and services. You have your EIN numbers, your employer identification number, you got your business bank accounts, you got your incorporation papers, or your LLC papers. You're ready to expand that product or service. You want to upgrade your office or tech equipment, if you will. So office furniture, tech equipment, back-end software or CRM, your customer relationship management tools. This is the qualification of businesses that have started and you're making consistent money. Again, this is what grants are looking for. You're either in the startup phase or the started phase. Is anybody in the started phase? Put started in the chat. Now, you can argue with anybody but me. I ain't gonna argue. I'm gonna let you win that. But these are the two phases. You're going to see these on a grant application? What about if you're on disability and don't file taxes? That's between you, the land, or the laws of the land is what I'm trying to say, and the Lord. I don't know nothing about that, but talk to your business tax advisor, okay? Business tax advisor. Um, Anybody in the started phase? I didn't see anybody put started in the chat. If you're in the started phase, you need to be applying what's known as growth grants. Growth grants. So you can literally go to Google, type in growth grants, and those are the grants that you should be applying to. Now, this if you again have more time than money, so you can sit and go through these opportunities. The last time I searched for grants, just willy-nilly on Google, 19 million results popped up. If you want grants that when I do sit at my desk, read through my emails and these databases of what people have already sent me, and I vet these opportunities specifically for Black women, for-profit small business owners, and I send them out to our mentees, come join us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, okay? A bonus category that you may start to see on grants, the higher quality of grants that you go for, you may see a category called scaling. And scaling is if you're making a minimum of $50,000 to $100,000 per year in your business. You're scaling the products and services you already have. Your sales are increasing. You are either hiring or ready to hire more team staff or get people on payroll, even if that includes you being paid like a full-time salary. You're ready to automate your products or services, your programming. You have a CEO, CFO, or CMO. If you don't know what that means, you're probably not in this category. You already got the higher level bookkeeper that's used to handling 6 to 7 figure clients. You have your CPA or your certified public accountant. You have a tax advisor for small businesses. You have assistants, social media, personal, and executive. Okay. So that's the scaling category. You can still apply for grants because you're usually doing it for other things in addition to the money that you're bringing in into your business to help you do it at a higher level. Y'all got it? Put got it. And tell me, what category are you in between the startup, started, and scaling category? Because you can go to Google right now and type in small business grants for all of those categories. Anybody want to tell me which category you now know that you're in? Put it in the chat. Carrie's in startup. Erica's in startup. Got it. So now you know. So for those of you who are like, where do I start? I just told you. Carrie says going to Google as soon as we're done here. Right. DWG says startup. Colorful says startup and beta. Yep. Let me tell you real quick before you get lost in the world of grants, especially if you're going to try to do this on your own. She said, I thought I started. However, I need to fall back and start. A grant process will humble you because that's all they want to talk is money. And your money, how much you've made or not, is going to prove which category they're going to put you in. So that's why I say don't even go in trying to argue. No, because see, I've been doing this for 36 years, but you made $1 a day for 36 years. You rich somewhere, but not here, baby. So yeah, it's okay to take a step back. And that's what I've done for both of my companies. I've run 2 successful companies that I put through the startup process, and now we're in the scaling process. And so it's a lot of fun. Grants cannot be used to pay your bills or back taxes or rent or utilities or credit cards or personal debt or business debt or buying you a new car for personal use only, or paying your personal salary, or taking you on vacations, or helping you take care of family, friends, and loved ones, or to avoid bankruptcy or going out of business, closing your business doors forever. Y'all got it? Reasons you need to be applying for small business grants is to either start your business, sustain the business that you started, or to scale it to the next level. Now, this is for your business or a business project or community projects that we call social impact. So think of like business coaching programs you want to take to get better, leadership development courses that you want to participate in and have the grant take care of that cost. That's what I did with that CDFI I mentioned that are like banks working with entrepreneurs. They had a small business pitch competition. I won 3rd place, $500. It covered my first 90 days in a business coaching program. that was supposed to take me a year. I finished in 90 days with that 500, and I went on to make over $200,000. That's what grants can do when you join business coaching, leadership development. Even if you want to either join or develop your own workforce development training program or provide scholarships like I do for y'all over at blackwomenandgrants.com. If you want to offer classes or certifications or take them, these are all great reasons to apply for grants, not just to put money in your pocket, right? And so, hold on one second. EOS, your comment is grayed out. He says going in and out. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. I'm literally sitting less than a foot away from my router, so I know it better not be me. And I done paid $100 and some on that bill this month. Listen, can y'all hear me? If it's going in and out, you may have to leave the live and come back. But let me know. Can y'all hear me? Because I'm about to drop the top 20 words, secret words that you want to make sure is on your grant applications. So I don't want to say it and y'all can't hear me. So let me know you can hear, okay? You said, I'm so glad it's not just me. For what, Colorful Moms? Is it going in and out for you too? Y'all may have to go out and come back in. Because other than almost sitting on top of my modem, I wouldn't know what else to do. But let me wrap this up real quick. So 20 words that you want to make sure are on your grant application. I'm going to run through them. I will not repeat these words. So make sure you're listening. That's why I'm making sure you can hear me. The words are women, men, LGBTQIA+, youth, senior citizens, elderly, students, veterans, disabled, BIPOC or BIPOC, minority, low income, underserved, underrepresented, rural, immigrants, refugee, and disadvantaged backgrounds. Those are about 20 secret keywords that you are literally speaking the language of grants. When you put these in your essays on your grant application, when you're talking about your business and why you need a grant and why they should choose you and how you're different than any competition, meaning anybody else applying for that funding. When you use these words, combine them with how you want to provide workshops or care packages or back to school drives or health and wellness fairs or financial literacy classes or life skills or reading programs or teaching or sharing a skill or something medical related or health and wellness, hygiene, self-care related, or even getting into helping with cultural preservation. These are all secret key languages to winning grants, all words that need to be on your small business grant application. And again, if you miss those words, we dive into them deeply in what we call your social impact. We have a module half-day workshop that I've already recorded for you guys at an event I hosted. You get the replay in our mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. And I want to share with you something that I was told years ago, that there's someone somewhere waiting for you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. So that means take you out of it. So if you ever hear yourself saying, I need a grant for my business because me and my, take out the I, me, my. Focus on focus on us, focus on we, because that's getting you into the mindset of a grant winner. They want to know not only what you're going to do for your business, but what are you going to do for other people? And so when you impact just one life using that type of mindset, that type of answer to win your first grant, you're going to begin to impact generations. And that's what you guys represent for me here on the live today. Because before I learned these secrets and what I'll be teaching you in our upcoming November event, we're going to have a follow-up mini masterclass event, as well as our mentorship program over at blackwomenandgrants.com. I give you the secrets that helped me go from taking hours to apply for grants and wasting a lot of time applying for the wrong types of grants for my business because I was uneducated about how to apply to win. Y'all got it? Got it in the chat. Let me know you're still listening and taking notes. Grants aren't fun just to apply to. You want to get approved. I said it fast because I know y'all weren't listening. Y'all was arguing about my signal, but my signal good. So either come back and join us or come join the mentorship, okay? This is why I be telling y'all, get your pen, get your paper. Listen, I'm not going to repeat it. BIPOC, Carrie, is Black Indigenous People of Color. That's the acronym they've been using since 2020 to group us all together. I won't say more. All right. When I learned these secrets that I've been sharing with you guys and what we dive into in the mentorship, I went from getting rejected and getting way more no's than yeses and getting ghosted by grants and not getting feedback on my application to learning how to save hours of applying for the right types of grants. Like I told y'all earlier, you have to apply for more higher quality grants, not just looking for like the easy applications or like the quick fixes or the guaranteed money. You're betting on yourself. So I like to share what I know to help me get accepted for more grants and grant funded opportunities to help me meet my grant goals. As I mentioned earlier, grant goals are like how much you want to win in grant funding. I started getting selected with more yeses than nos. I started receiving way more congratulations emails. Like those are my second type of favorite emails to get. My first type is when y'all register for the mentorship. And I'm like, oh, I love this for her. She don't even know what she about to get blessed with. So check out blackwomeningrants.com to get our scholarship. blackwomeningrants.com. I learned the secret to giving myself feedback on my applications as well before I submit like other applications, making sure I'm doing a really good job with submitting applications. You want it to be like something that you're proud of and confident in. You said you're running into VCs more than grants. Excuse me. These lives helps me find more grants to VCs. Yeah, VCs are venture capitalists, and they're usually going to require a portion of your company. Like I said, grants do not require you to give up any ownership of your company. And so again, you want to make sure you're applying for the right types of grants for your business, but actually making sure they're grants. There's a 3-part formula I teach in the mentorship called Ask ASK. I just wrote a book in September about this, and it teaches about getting grants at a higher level for you as a Black woman with a for-profit small business. Hey, Vicky, welcome in, girl. ASK is our ASK model. It stands for Align, Story, and Know. And you're aligning your grant application to match up with the reasons they're granting the grant with the reasons you're applying for the grant or the grant funded opportunity. That's the A. The S is for share. And sharing means sharing your story. Remember, I said it is possible to tell too much information or not enough. The story that you actually want to share on grant applications are your story of startup success. They call that your founder story. You also want to share your story of social impact, going back to what you're doing for your customers, your clients, your community, maybe a charity, a church, or a cause that's really near and dear to your heart. And then a K is for know. You want to know your small business's funding model. That's where you know your numbers, like what you sell and what your revenue is or what it can be or will be with that grant funding. You want to talk about your numbers like industry statistics and your social media follower count. And it's okay if you don't have a lot of followers on social, but be willing to dive into what you'll do with that grant money or what that grant will allow you to do if you win or not. Y'all got it. Got it. I know we've covered a lot. Y'all said I was talking fast. Y'all was just listening slow, writing slow, playing on these people's internet, okay? If you want my help with winning a grant, I absolutely can help you. Head over to blackwomeningrants.com, www.blackwomeningrants.com. When you come join us during this live, you got like 5 minutes. It takes 2 to sign up. You get a 6-month access unlimited access to me via email to ask me all your small business grant questions anytime. You get access to all three books that I've written about finding, applying for, and winning grants at a higher level, making sure you're understanding the right types of grants you should be applying for based on your business phase. And you get help with what to say on those applications because I literally give you a copy of one of my grant applications that I've won a grant for. You get to see their notes that the grant review board wrote on this application as to why they gave me the funding, what made me stand out to them. You get to see me live on screen pitching my business and winning money. And then you get to meet our grant winners that I've taught how to do this as well. They've won almost $500,000 in funding. I've interviewed them and recorded them and shared their interviews with you in the mentorship. There's also an app that'll read all of our books to you. You can watch the videos and download them right away today. Read and download the videos today, right away. Trying to think of the other bonuses. Oh, of course, the ticket to come join me live here in Atlanta. That goes to the first person that joins us in the Grant Game Mentorship today during the live over at blackwomenandgrants.com. And it's some other bonuses in there. It's slipping my mind, but they're over there. Okay, so come and join us, and let me know if you got any questions about joining us as well. It is $197. That's our scholarship price. Because I've won grants lately, I'm happy to pay it forward. We have Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm. Again, it's one payment of the $197. So if you need payment arrangement options, they're over there. What questions y'all got? Ask me a question if you got it. Now is our Q&A. Any questions about what we've been talking about? Don't ask me to repeat nothing. Any questions about joining the mentorship? Let me know. I've told y'all about grants, where to find them, the types you should be applying for, what they are used for, what they're not used for, why you should be applying. We've talked about your mindset, shifting that mindset. What else did we talk about? Making sure that your business was in that qualifying category. Any questions? What questions y'all got? Let's talk. I am all ears. My voice is about to go at any moment. I am about to wrap it up. Let me know what questions you have before I go. EOS says this has been some really good information. Thank you. I hope your notebook is full and your heart is happy. Even if I never sleep on it again. live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Um, Oh, and I'm in the mentorship and the membership in between my TikTok lives over at blackwomeningrants.com. He always says, I'm glad I saw you today. Same. So, for those of you who claimed your scholarship, I'm about to get back to my BUPHERDA, as my little niche is called computers, and I'll let you into the program portal so that you can go ahead and download your books and your videos and your audios and get started watching, listening, and reading today, or having our app reading books for you. Our welcome packet has everything to walk you through how to successfully complete the program. It's only 24 hours of content in the program, so it does not take you 6 months to go through it. I just give you 6 months access to it, just in case you want to repeat a lesson or video. Because when women read my books more than once, they win more money every time. Okay, so we've had Deanna Joy, she's a nonprofit grant writer. She read my book 3 times and she's won over $86,000 for her and her nonprofit clients. And then she's been selected as a finalist in the $1 million pitch competition. So that's just heads up. What to expect over at blackwomeningrants.com. That's all I got. Give me my word. Log it off. Y'all have a phenomenal rest of your day. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. This is fun. I'm tired, I'm hot, and I'm hungry. Here we go. Have a great day. Happy Saturday, and I'll see y'all soon. This is not a robot, by the way. Okay, me and my robot. Bye, Instagram winners. Shoot. It's me. Where are you going? What you got on your feet there? Let me see that. These are not shoes for you? Yeah. Gotcha. Where are you going? What you got on your feet there? Let me see that. These are not shoes for you? Where are you going? What you got? That's what I was thinking too. Let's start with the foundational building blocks of this narrative. Building block number 1, the shield. Black players, 100% white team members. That's about 70% white viewers. Building block number 2, sports and the shield are not just entertainment. This is a military pageant. It is a hyper-patriotic reality show. Football is America. It is Americana, and that association is very much under events. Building block number 3, there is always a face of the shield. I'm not talking about the best player in the game. I'm talking about the establishment boy, the main enforcement guy. Until 2023, it was him. Oh, YouTube! I forgot we're still recording. Whatever y'all heard in the background. No, you didn't. All right, I might have to edit this. Always thinking about y'all. Bye, y'all. The Trinity Progress got to start up. All right.